Good morning. I am just getting up. I'm about to head downstairs, get me some breakfast, and start my day. It's a little after 6, close to 7. I had a good night rest, but not long enough. I got woken up. But yeah, today is day 2 in Maryland. On my spring break. I need to see if my class, I start training for my job Monday. So I just gotta see what's going on so that I don't get blindsided. Anyways, let me get my day started. Let me get ready, y'all. Let me turn on this light. I hope it might sound off. Okay, no. Let me prepare myself, get myself together, take a shower.
Alex, Babs. Take a look inside your heart. Is there any room for me? I won't have to hold my breath till you get down on one knee. Because you only want to hold me when I'm looking good enough. Did you ever fool me? Would you ever picture us? Every time I pull my hair, was me out of fear. You'll find me ugly and one day you'll disappear. Cause little boy of crying, it was never even now. Did you ever want me? Was I ever good enough? Good boy's a liar. Good boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya. You're not looking at me, boy. Good boy's a liar. Good boy's a liar. He doesn't see ya. You're not.
But now you want to care. It was good when you was getting your check, when you was centripeach and all that. Now you feel some type of way that they ain't was young at. She says that her daughter's college fund is tied up in this because she wants this to be profitable.
I think I'm gonna wear this. Watermelon sugar. Watermelon sugar. I'll do that. All right, so anyway, I know what I'm wearing. I know what I'm gonna wear. Anyways, let me take a shower for about an hour. No, I'm just gonna take me a shower. We got this from Dollar Tree. Ooh, let me show y'all. Real quick what your girl found in Dollar Tree. Y'all probably would never guess because the way this looks, at least to me, it does not look like the price that I paid for or he paid for. Hold on. I'm more stronger than this. I just want a little bit. But before I do, cheers. This is no alcohol. Although there is a liquor store right up the street. Literally right up the street. Okay. Y'all, how this look? Yes, and y'all would not even guess. I mean, I know it probably don't look all razzle-dazzly because I got these two things on, but let me take this off. This, I absolutely love. When I saw this in Dollar Tree, I was like, what? Guess how much this was? Guess how much this was? And Dollar Tree isn't always $1. In fact, this wasn't even $1. This was $1.50, y'all. $1.50. Yes, $1.50 for this. And as a matter of fact, when he come back, I'ma tell him As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell him to swing by Dollar Tree again because I got to get more. If I got this off of Amazon, or any other place, this would not have been $1.50. This can go for $15 easy. This is what I came up here with. This is actually what I bought from Amazon. As y'all can see, like, there's not much blocking at all. Like, those whites have UV block than this one. Yeah, but this is cute. This is, look, let me show y'all. I love this too. I'm a sucker for shades, especially because, like, when I travel, it'd be sunny. So I like to have my shades on. So this is what I got from Amazon. I actually got a 2-pack. So there's 2 of these. I didn't bring the other one. And I think 2 of these combined was like $16 or $18. No more than $18. And I really, really love this. This is really like cute in the balm. But like I said, like I like to stock up on my shades, you know. I live in South Florida. Is that not self-explanatory enough? And then on top of that, I'm a girl who loves to travel, although I can't travel as much as I like to right now. So let me talk to y'all for a little bit. I've been looking at so many traveling videos. And one thing that I would suggest, it is not for the faint of hearts. I would say if you are a travel girly like me, someone who enjoys being in different parts of the world, not necessarily the journey of traveling, because I don't like that, like dealing with the TSA lines, dealing with Ubering from here to the airport and back, dealing with the onboarding and offboarding madness. That's not something that I enjoy, to be honest. But I do love being in different places of the world. And I'm a firm believer that you're not really truly opening your mind and living until you travel outside of your zip code. Doesn't have to just be out of the country. Although preferably, I would say that's really where you're going to find the most culture when you travel outside of the country. Even if it's to Canada, they have a different like culture. It's similar in a lot of ways to the US. That's why a lot of people don't even really consider it. Like, they know technically Canada is another country, but like if you say you're from Canada, they will, okay, whatever. It's just like what, next door. Versus if you say, okay, I'm from Jamaica, I'm from the Bahamas, or you know, I'm from, you know, St. Lucia or whatever. Like, they'll treat you more like, okay, yeah, she's like, she or he is a true foreigner. Anyways, I'll say all that to say a girl like me loves to travel. And I like to thank Spirit Airlines for that. I don't know if I ever told y'all, but I worked for Spirit. It wasn't long. I worked for Spirit for about like a year, or maybe like a year and a half or something. I started working for them 2017. Yeah, it was 2017 I started working for them because I was living in Carol City, or Miami Gardens they call it now, which, by the way, side note, does not even look like what it looked like before. Gentrification is real. Anyways, so yeah, once I started working there at Spirit, although it was chaotic, it had some good moments. And one of the good moments is I got to fly for free domestically, and I flew little to nothing internationally. So we were going out of the country, which I did. All I had to pay was the taxes. So we didn't have to pay for the flight. But of course, the caveat to that is we're flying standby, but there's tricks and trades in how you do that. There's majority of the case, somebody's gonna miss their flight, or the flight is not gonna be booked, and we can find that out very quickly in most cases. So needless to say, that's where I really started to love traveling. That's also when I started to learn my likes and dislikes. I worked with a lot of like co-workers, so we would take like day trips, or we'll take like a little longer trip, which is what we did in Jamaica, which I really enjoyed myself. But there was a situation that happened that honestly was my fault. But I just didn't like the way that it was handled from the certain girl. And the girl, if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking to is you. She didn't treat me very nice after that, even knowing the situation, that it was like, girl, I literally was not in my right mind. I didn't wake up and want to do this, but we weren't friends, to be fair. She was literally just a co-worker. So, and then on top of that, you know, we all have our different personalities. One of her personalities, she was more serious, kind of almost like a mean girl too, I'm gonna be honest, but more like serious. Like she'll crack a smile, but she was more like serious. She was different from me, to be fair. And that was my trip actually, that I started thinking, well, Sierra, you got to be very mindful. And it wasn't just her, it was a group of us. You got to be very mindful of who you travel with. Let's just say that you have to be mindful of who you travel with. Me, as I got older, I kind of have like a no nonsense type of approach. If I'm spending my money and going to another state or country, but especially a country, I'm not going with just anybody. That I am more selective with who I travel with, because they can make or break your experience, especially if you two aren't really evenly yoked. That's also happened to me too in my other travels. I had one girl who I actually considered a friend, honestly, at some point. Although to be fair, we didn't have much in common at all. We were vastly different. Although I love having friends in my life, or people who I would like to consider a friend. I would like to have them be different from me, because I don't want nobody that's exactly the same. I mean, that's no fun. I want them to have strengths where I have weaknesses, and vice versa. You want to be able to elevate with someone. So I'm not going to hang around with someone that I think is on the same type of time. Like, let's just say I'm an overthinker. I don't want to hang out with an overthinker as well. Like, that's not going to really do well. I'd rather hang out with somebody who's very optimistic to offset me overthinking all the time, if that makes sense. But that's just how I treat her. A very cool chick. It was just, we were just too different. We were. And then what happens is, and I know I'm going down a rabbit hole, y'all, but follow me here. This is still, I guess this is a story time. When we don't have much in common with a person, when we don't have much to fight for in a friendship, we typically leave it alone. And that's what I did. You know, I don't know. I don't know what came over me, but I guess I started seeing the forest for the trees and the little minor things. You know, it was just like, and where we don't have much in common anyway, it's just like, let's just let this ship sail. But we still had great memories together. And yeah, this is actually one of the girls who I used to work with at Spirit. And yeah, we were just too different. We didn't have much in common. And I guess as the time went on, as the trips we went on, I started to see that more and more. And then our last trip that we took together, which was here in the States, that's when it was just like, yes, here, I think that y'all time has kind of halted. It came to an, it wasn't a bad ending. It was just, we went our separate ways. I didn't call, she didn't call, but I do wish her the best. And if you're watching this, I mean, you already know who you are, but if you're watching this, I do wish you the best. I hope you and your family is doing great. No hard feelings. Then that's me. Like me, let me tell y'all who my best friends are. And I don't have many friends. And I don't say that for it to be like a trend or anything, because I find that a lot of people say that because they think it's cool. This is just what it is with me. Number one, I bond more with men. But outside of that, I have one, and I do mean one friend, somebody who I really call a friend. And she's my childhood friend. She's someone that I grew up with. She's someone literally I grew up with. So when you have those type of friends, you hold on tight. I mean, you fight for things that you really want. And that goes for platonic relationship and romantic. You fight for stuff that you want. But when you don't see any fruits of the labor or any benefits, you typically just let it go. That's just what we do as humans, and that's what I did. But yeah, so I say all that to say, only have one friend. Her name is Alexa, and she's literally my friend that is not family, right? Outside of Alexa, my best friends are my sisters. Now, they know me inside and out. I know them majority inside and out, because you don't really know everybody, right? So I guess I could say the same for me. Like, they don't know me 100%. You never really know a person 100%. But yeah, so those are my road dogs. They really are. But up until recently, they had this mindset of work. They never really traveled like that. Like, seriously, like up until recently. Now, recently, both of them have had a change of heart. Now they're more on my type of time. They're on my type of mindset, which is, you know, these jobs don't give a crap about you. I don't care how nice they are or they appear. You have to do what's best for you. And you have to travel. You have to unwind. Life shouldn't just be about waking up, going to work and paying bills and not seeing any return on your investment. So now they're like that. So recently, I don't know if y'all saw one of my shorts. Me and one of my sisters, we went to go see Sinners together. We rarely did that because she was either working, or if she's not working, she's studying, or if she's not studying, she just liked to stay cooped up in her room. But now, which is good for me because now I can have like roll dogs. But even if they're not there, that's one thing about me. Even if my sisters are not there, or my best friend, my childhood friend, because she has kids, if for whatever reason they're busy, whether it's kids, whether it's work, whether it's obligations, whether it's an unforeseen circumstance, whatever it is, this girl right here, I'm going to travel, okay? And I like to thank Grenada for that, because Grenada was my first international solo trip. I don't know, do they consider the Caribbean international? I feel like whenever people say international, they're thinking about Paris or, I don't know, Turkey, you know, some place in Europe, or, you know, or someplace really, really far, or Asia. I feel like that's what they're talking about. But anyway, you get the, I'm going to travel. And I suggest that y'all do the same too if y'all lasted this long in this conversation, because this is a lengthy one. Don't let people stop you from living your life, because there will always be someone who's busy. And I've been in that situation where in the past, I would not go certain places because somebody wasn't there with me. It's normal. We're going to feel that way, especially, are we not women? You know, do the people who prey on us most likely are men? I mean, how many cases do you see a woman preying on another woman? That's far and few in between. Let's just call it like it is. Majority of the time, it's men that we have to look after. We gotta really, really be cautious because of men. You rarely ever hear it. And if by chance you are being harassed by a woman, a lot of times there'll be a man behind that, a pimp or somebody that's waiting on that girl to lure you to somewhere. So anyway, I say all that to say, this girl here, she's gonna travel. I'm gonna travel. And the more I get older, I'm 31 years old now. The more I get older, the more I embody that and I act on it. Because it's one thing to say that, oh, I'm gonna live my life, but it's another thing to actually live it. And since I've been in nursing school, because I'm still in nursing school, I got almost a year left before I graduate. I hear a lot of bad things, like when it comes to patients and them receiving a terminal prognosis. People young as me, younger than me, it just reassures me that life is not promised. Like we have a time to be born and we have a time to die. So in between that time, we have to live. And I mean truly live. Like, don't worry about your credit score too much, because I promise you, when it's your time, which I hope is not, your credit score ain't gonna mean shit. It's not gonna mean much. And the same goes for bills. So anyway, I say all that to say, don't be afraid to travel alone. And traveling alone doesn't mean, by no stretch of the imagination, that you have no family. But I've seen some videos where people would think that, or just some people that I would talk to, they think the person either don't have any family or they don't have any friends. This is 2025, baby. Get with it. Most of us have friends. Half of us have a significant. I have a significant, but we live in two different states right now. I'm in school. He's living with his brother. This is personal to us. I mean, but I don't mind telling y'all that little bit. But yeah, so we got different stuff that's going on. He got 3 jobs. There's no way that he's going to be able to accompany me on all of my trips. My babe, he knows I love to travel. We make jokes about it all the time. I'm like, babe, I want to go to Belize. And then he's like, Belize? I'm like, babe, I want to go to Colombia. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I tell him all these things, like, I want to go all these places. And he be laughing like, yeah, but he know it's true. He know what's up. But the point that I'm making, he's not going to always be available to travel with me. My sisters, although their mindset has changed up, there's still going to be times that they're too busy. They can't accompany. My BFF, she has a whole life for herself. She has 2 beautiful kids that are literally grown up right before I'm getting old. Sorry. They're so adorable. She has a life of her own. What happens when none of them can accompany me? And I want to go to, let's say, Greece. What am I going to do? I'm just going to say, okay, well, I'm just not going to go to Greece. I'm going to put my heart's desires on hold because Jerry down the road can't come with me. No, y'all. No. But yeah, that's just my ticket to y'all. Make sure y'all travel. Anyways, let me get in the shower. I've been talking to y'all long enough. Let me get in the shower. Let me unwind. And I will catch up with y'all later tonight, more than likely. Later tonight, more than likely. I'll catch up with y'all and give y'all some more footage of me and my spring break, but it's cut in half, okay? Talk to you. Wow, it's cold all of a sudden.
Oh, this is a nice weather. It's a nice weather.
Oh, what plane? How long is it going to take for us to get there?
I'm going to do the GPS.
Oh. Off we go. Let me put my seatbelt on. And it feels good. It feels really good outside. Yeah, it's a little chilly, but it's not half as bad as it used to be. Hey.
No, this place was not before because of...
Yeah, because of theft.
Exactly. You destroy it.
Why?
I don't know. See, they move out, they really took their time and moved the key.
Wow. Because they don't like it being locked. Well, it's like they're trying to help y'all out. So y'all package is not getting stolen.
This man give me ticket. So our flight was, baby, our flight was 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So we just parked in front of that airport. We're discussing. That policeman was swinging for my back. Saying, so I thought maybe because I parked there for long. Now, man.
But I don't think that Frank will leave me.
Man, next year now you want to hide it.
Hui.
So, right?
Huh?
You know, feel like you're gonna be going.
Let's just take a rewind. We'll just have to rewind.